1060 has been transmitted.
We believe there were a number of people inside.
What do you do in an instance when a disaster is happening?
How many people were able to get out safely?
We had no idea what to expect.
People yelling, people hurt.
Screaming and chaos.
We all have to work together as nurses.
You're going to be taking care of patients outside in the triage area.
Today we are creating a simulation based on a disaster that could occur in the community to give the students an opportunity to practice the skills and apply the knowledge that they have learned during this last semester. In this case, it's a building collapse. They're able to go and respond in a mass casualty type situation.
Okay, we're gonna get you to the hospital.
Yale School of Nursing historically has always had an edge, I think, on preparation of our nurses. We really do believe in that we want to prepare the best nurses that we can. And simulation is a very good way of really giving a realistic practice session for students.
Everybody's wearing a card. So the only vital signs on the card that you need, right, are capillary refill and respiration.
We see the flow sheets, we talk about them, we go through PowerPoints, and then the idea is that that's supposed to translate into life. It doesn't always, which makes them so helpful.
This is kind of exciting because I think it's the first time that we've been really trained on sort of acute ways to stabilize patients, like how to deal with a disaster.
We have a little bit of preparation they do with us, but reading about it and having someone talk to you about it in front of a classroom and then doing it are very, very different things.
Oh my God, come on, something happened! Oh my God, come on, their building collapsed, we need you!
There was someone calling us to come into the scene right away.
I do see smoke and I see some blood.
So we didn't even get to ask all of the questions that we had.
The ability in that moment to keep level-headed and be able to perform those tasks, that's still on them.
Please help, there's dead people in here!
There was a lot of things going on, a lot of screaming.
Oh my God, is that man okay?
There was like smoke coming from somewhere, people lying on the ground, people grabbing you to like do something for them.
Come on, help her!
When you walk in, there's a victim, it's a child. I don't know if the woman was the mother.
Okay, we don't know that.
There's a lot of research that supports that the level of realism is absolutely key for simulations for immersive experiential learning. We want to be able to give them the sights.
I can't believe what happened in there. I know, I'm so sorry.
The sounds.
Really scared. We know, we're here for you, all three of us.
That they would actually be exposed to.
Stay with her. Yep, keep calm.
Victims are screaming.
Oh my God, that's my phone!
Victims are crying. The ambulances are arriving with lights and sirens. We'll have wires hanging down, fresh blood, dried blood, a leg is open, and there's bones sticking out.
On the other side of the table, on the other side of the table.
All of these different things we recreate so that when the students are immersed in the simulation, it's real to them.
It actually felt really real, and I think that's what's so amazing about these sims.
Anytime you're in a situation like this, sort of for the first time, your focus sort of narrows.
There you go. Keep your arm elevated. Good. You have your task at hand, and you gotta keep focused and get those people out.
1, 2, 3.
Good job, guys. Good job.
The training kicks in that we got, and that we kind of look at our limited resources and use them wisely.
Yeah, I'm looking for a seat collar.
Improvising, I think, is a huge thing. We needed a seat collar from someone. We didn't have it, so we just rolled up some basically pads and put it around her neck.
They definitely are thinking outside of the box to be able to care for the patients, and that's the type of leadership and that's the type of nursing care we want to be able to see with these students.
You can take these couple, put the green on the green patients gathered over here. Okay.
They're identifying who would be the most critical.
I know, man. I just tilt her neck back. So they're taking out a pretty ill patient right now.
When we're watching what they're doing, we are then able to give them feedback during that debriefing session.
They come back, they talk about what transpired, what happened, who did what, why did you do this, and why didn't we do X.
It is the hardest thing to do, and it is probably the most important, is just setting up some type of a system.
We have learned so much in such a short amount of time.
You don't want that this team's already made that assessment and done that, and then you have somebody over here expending that time on assessment that's already been completed.
The faculty all are working APRNs or RNs themselves, and so we get kind of firsthand knowledge of what's actually done out in the field. And for them to train us and prep us for these kind of moments and then to kind of throw us into it is something that I think is unique to this program and something I'm really thankful for.
These kinds of disaster simulations at Yale School of Nursing, I think, are part of Yale's broad strategy of training top-tier nurses regardless of what specialty they end up going into.
This will definitely be something I'll remember for the rest of my life. It's not just about doing well on tests, it's not just about learning the facts, but it's about mastering these skills as far as saving lives.